Cage fishing for cod in Iceland. It is a sustainable and highly selective approach, gradually adopted to reduce the abdominal and environmental impact. The following is an overview of the approach. Snowfish dragons are usually fragrant or cylindrical in shape, made of durable materials, such as steel frames and mesh covers. They have 1 or 2 entrances. Guide the fish in, but it's hard to escape. Cages come in all different sizes, but usually big enough to catch mature cod, while allowing smaller fish to escape. Fish in cages, such as flying fish or herring as bait. To attract cod, the right ear is placed in a compartment inside the cage. Bloodfish untouchable. This ensures that they stay in the cage longer, attempting to approach the scent of the right ear. Cages are usually deployed on the seafloor, located in an area where cod are commonly found, usually near a reef or rocky bottom. There's more cod. The cages are set at different depths, depending on where the cod are most likely to be. In Iceland, these depths can range from 50 meters to 200 meters. Cages are usually arranged in the form of long lines. Multiple cages are connected to a main cable, called a skewer or dragon. The time the cage is placed on the seabed is called immersion. It can range from a few hours to a few days. It depends on the fishing conditions and the target catch. Or mechanical fishing equipment to retrieve cages. Pull the main line to the surface. Once uploaded, the cod will be taken out of the cage. Use hydraulic pressure. This method allows for decomposition in the field, release of non-target species, and undersized cod back into the sea, and maintain a high survival rate. Snowfish dragon is highly selective, reducing the abdomen and allowing the release of non-target species. This approach has a lower environmental impact. Compared to trawling, the cage doesn't compromise the quality of the seafloor. Catched fish, usually higher quality, because they were still alive when they got on board. In Iceland, cage fishing for cod is regulated. Fishermen must hold the necessary permits. Fishermen must follow quotas to limit the number of cod caught. This helps to manage fisheries sustainably. This method is particularly popular in Iceland because the country places a high value on sustainable fishing practices. One of the main advantages of using a cage, it has the least impact on the seafloor. Compared to other fishing methods such as trawling, the cage is gently placed on the bottom of the sea and will not drag. To protect benthic ecosystems, if the cage is lost at sea, there is a risk of being raided. The cage will continue to catch fish. For this, cages are usually designed with biodegradable panels or escape mechanism, and these mechanisms degrade over time, allowing the trap to escape. Severe weather in Icelandic waters may pose challenges when setting up and recycling cages. Strong stay in storms may displace the cage or make recycling difficult. Although cage fishing, selective and environmentally friendly, but it may not be as good as other methods in terms of catches. Trawling is efficient. Fishermen usually need to deploy a large number of cages to achieve a significant catch. Cages require regular maintenance to ensure their effectiveness. This includes repairing any damage to the mesh material. Make sure the entrance and right ear compartment are working properly. Cod keel fishing is an important part of Iceland's diverse fish life. It complements other fishing methods. Objective for the management of the country's sequential fish industry. Provides corresponding alternatives. The Icelandic fishing sector is involved in research and development to improve the efficiency and selectivity of cage fishing. Innovations include designing cages to catch cod more effectively. Also reduce the abdomen. Cod dragon fishing contributes to the local economy, especially in the small scale coastal communities where model fishing is prevalent. This method, allowing fishermen to target within the country and in the international market. High quality cod in high demand. Fishermen usually rely on the seasonal migration of cod. Arrange the release of the cage. Understanding the migratory patterns and foraging behavior of cod increases the success rate of fishing. Monitor the cage regularly to ensure that they are not lost or damaged. Critical. This helps reduce the risk of destruction. Fishermen, they usually work closely with scientists and regulators to ensure that its cage fishing practices are sustainable. This collaboration contribute to the continuous improvement of regulations and technologies. With the global market, the growing demand for sustainably sourced seafood, snow dragon fishing in Iceland, it is possible to gain more recognition. Fisheries that practice cage fishing may seek the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC and other certifications to enhance market attractiveness. According to ongoing research and market demand, maybe in other parts of Iceland, or the potential to expand the use of cages for other species, integrated as GPS tracking and real-time monitoring systems. It is possible to further improve Iceland, the efficiency of snow dragon fishing, and sustainability. This is how we catch cod. This reflects the country's commitment to sustainable fisheries. The promise of practice also support the livelihoods of coastal communities. Cod caught in cages in Iceland. It is highly regarded in the domestic and international markets. The quality of fish typically caught by other fishing methods, fresher and less damaged, make it especially popular in the high-end market. High-quality cod caught by the cod dragon fishery usually get a higher price. Benefits small-scale fishermen who use this method. Arbitrary economic incentives motivate fishermen to continue using How to improve cage fishing methods. As consumers become increasingly interested in sustainably sourced seafood, increased awareness and demand, Iceland's snowfish dragon is caught on the global market, especially in the European and North American markets. It has good positioning. Although dragon fishing, it is more modern than traditional fishing methods, but it's integrated into Icelandic fishing culture. Many small-scale fishermen, especially in coastal villages, they see it as a sustainable way of making a living. Cage fishing. Supporting the socio-economic structure of coastal communities in Iceland. It provides options for alternative industrial fishing methods. Help preserve the traditions of small-scale community fishing. In these communities, emphasize training and knowledge sharing to ensure the continuity of cage fishing techniques with continuous improvement. Workplaces and local fishing organizations played an important role in this educational effort. Iceland has a well-developed goose management system. To prevent overfishing, cage fishing for cod is also included in this system. Fishermen must adhere to strict quotas, limit the total amount of cod that can be caught. This helps maintain fish populations. Fishermen must obtain the necessary permits to use cages for cod fishing. The Icelandic Fisheries Agency monitors compliance to ensure that all fishing activities are legal and sustainable. Fishermen are required to report their catch. This is overall management and scientific understanding of cod resources in Icelandic waters. Data support is provided. This data is essential for adjusting quotas and regulations. Crucial. Icelandic research institutions participate in ongoing research to evaluate the ecological impact of cage feeding. These studies usually focus on cages and marine ecosystems, interaction between, to ensure the continued viability of the approach. One of the goals of these studies is to protect marine biodiversity by understanding cages and different species, interactions with habitats. Researchers can recommend adjustments or best practices to minimize the negative impact on the environment. As climate change causes ocean conditions to change, the study also focuses on how might these changes affect cod populations, the effectiveness of cage fishing. This positive approach helps ensure the long-term viability of the approach. Emerging technologies are being developed, like a smart cage, to improve the efficiency and selectivity of cage fishing. These cages can be equipped with sensors and cameras, enabling fishermen to remotely monitor their cages, reduce the need for frequent inspections. In cage making, the call for the use of biodegradable materials continues to rise. This innovation helps solve the problem of destruction. Because of the lost cage, it degrades naturally over time. Release the trapped fish. In terms of automation, the use of remotely operated submersibles is being explored. ROVs to drop and retrieve cages. These systems could improve the efficiency of cage fishing while reducing labor costs. Iceland's success in snow dragon fishing can be used as other countries adopt examples of more sustainable fishing practices. The low environmental impact and high selectivity of this approach make it an ideal choice for global fisheries management. Icelandic researchers and fishermen frequently cooperate with international partners, sharing knowledge and the best time. This collaboration can promote similar ecological and economic conditions. Other regions adopt a similar approach with the focus on sustainable sources. The growing demand for seafood. Iceland's snow dragon fishing method. It may influence global market trends. Consumers may increasingly prefer select adoption priority products of environmentally friendly fishing methods. As the data continues to grow, the Icelandic government may continue to improve policy on cage fishing. This could include adjusting quotas, licensing requirements, or introduce new incentives for visual fishing. The advantages of fishing around snow dragons. The potential for education and outreach is growing. This may involve awareness campaigns targeting consumers and the fishing industry. Raise awareness of the advantages of this fishing method. Ocean conditions change as climate impacts fisheries in Iceland. It may be necessary to adjust its fishing methods. This could involve further research. How to optimize cage fishing